I'm not going to do that.
Butterfinger Bob. Butterfinger Bob.
Go inside and
Butterfinger Bob. Butterfinger
go
Bob.
inside and
This is the Greg Cote Show with Greg Cote.
Pardon it.
Here's your host, Greg Cote.
Yeti, this is very exciting. I love episodes that it's you and I at the helm, and we're like getting my dad to tune in, to call in and be out of his comfort zone. My dad's comfort zone is in his office doing his thing, and he's not there. Where is he, Yeti? He's in Key West. My parents, what is it?
Thank you for asking a question you answered.
I know. I'm asking you because you probably know the exact year that they're celebrating right now.
45th.
See, thank you.
Yeah.
I was like, I knew it was somewhere in the 40s, and I was like, Yeti, you probably know exactly. So thank you, Yeti. Yes.
You want to know what? That's one of my weird quirks.
One of them.
I like knowing people's anniversaries, and it's just this dumb little thing that makes only me laugh. But I like and I don't make a point, like I don't have calendars. Hey, this is Greg Cote's anniversary or whatever. But if I remember it, I love like texting the husband and be like, hey, don't forget your anniversary is coming up. Like that's a big joke to me. Or your wife's birthday is tomorrow. Don't forget it. You know.
I've got a funny one for you. Me and my wife's anniversary is January 14th, 2017.
Mm-hmm.
We've been married. We're coming up actually in a couple days.
Right.
This week actually.
Yeah, Wednesday.
Like in a couple days, we're coming up on 9 years, which is crazy. I'm just like thinking about that. I can't believe it's been 9 years. But so, me and my wife, are 9 years in, and my daughter's best friend and my good friend John, his daughter, her birthday.
Who shot John?
Her birthday. Who shot John? Good one. Her birthday is January 14th, 2017. So like my daughter's best friend and one of my best friend's daughter is like the age of my wedding.
Right.
Like of my marriage. So like I will sometimes joke with her. I'm like, Charlie, come here. I want to see how my marriage is aging. And I'll just like look at Charlie. And I'll be like, okay, how old are you? She's like 9 or 8, you know what I mean? So I'm like asking her, and it's just a funny little inside joke of this girl is exactly the same age as me and my wife's love marriage.
Maybe a dumb question, but maybe not. Did he make it to your wedding, or was he there?
I met him through we met.
Oh, you met after your wedding.
We met through our kids. Like
okay,
our kids started playing at the park, and me and John were like, "Hey, you like sports? You like sports?" Did we just become best friends? And now we see them all the time. But I just love that fact that we found out later that, oh, her birthday is what? Oh, the day we were married.
I found an email that I sent you before you had ever responded to me, January 13th, 2017.
And I say,
no, you didn't respond because this is before you were responding to me. But I had your email address from a parody that I sent you in 2016.
Yeah.
And the very first one I ever did never made it to air.
Okay.
But yeah, it was Chris. Thanks again for at least taking time on the parody I made. Just wanted to send best wishes and congrats on your marriage. Marriage and fatherhood has been the great, so earnest Yeti,
Yes.
And but also provided the greatest reward. Even on our toughest days, if you asked me, I still choose to do it all over. Follow Mike Ryan and keep the crazy love.
Some advice. Wow, look at you. Where is that? What song was that one that didn't air?
It was Stew-Shaped Gots. It's to the tune of Heart-Shaped Box. It was right in the middle of Stu's 0-16 or 0-17 run where he just couldn't get any picks right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So anyways, that's a funny story about anniversaries and stuff. But so my dad is in Key West celebrating his 45th anniversary, and we're going to check in with him. And he's doing this thing, Yeti, and I think you called it out right. What?
He just texted us. Carry on, and I'll read the text.
No, I'm just saying he's doing this thing, Yeti, where he's saying he's worried about audio quality. He's like, I got this hotel balcony. We could do my hit from this quiet. And I'm like, no, go to Key West, go out into a bar. Let's get a ruckus atmosphere behind you. Like, let's do this. And he's embarrassed. He's acting like it's an audio issue thing. He's just too embarrassed to have my mom pointing a camera at him in public.
Oh, he just texted us and said, most of all the bars around here have commercial music playing. I can't record from there, right?
I'm going to call him right now.
Do it.
I'm calling him on speaker and just telling him, get out. Like, you're right. He can do it from outside the bar. It doesn't have to be from in.
It's not going to be a problem.
Yeah. Yo. Hey. Oh, he goes, yo, and then hangs up. Call ended. This guy's so annoying. So anyways, he's going to join us, and we're going to get, hopefully, he wants to, I was like, you could just pop in, say hi. He wants to do dad jokes, 3 Facts Jack. I mean, we have to do, the one thing I told him he had to do was top 50 phrases. So we will have the next 2 phrases coming up. So that's very exciting.
Yeah, so these episodes when your dad isn't around are loosey-goosey. Your dad gets really nervous when he can't be on the show like full-time either. That's something I've been with the show almost 5 years, and I still don't think he trusts me. Because now he'll tell me he does, and if I push him on it, he'll say he does. But if you're ever out, his first instinct is to, can we find a third person to be on the show?
Well, Yeti, I mean, that's one of my dad's moves in general. Like, I was going to say, we get a panicked Greg Cote whenever there's like 3 episodes without a guest.
Right, true.
Very true. Panicking.
And if you look at our episodes of the last year, our guest episodes are actually on the lower end of downloads.
Right, dude. You should. And he wanted me to bring this up, so I don't feel bad talking about it. My dad, I'm trying to convince him to like embrace. Because I think the panic of my dad on deadline would be content gold. So I was trying to, during the 4th quarter of Miami, Ole Miss on Thursday, I was trying to get him to, in the 4th quarter, just like me and you right now are on Zoom recording. And then he can just go about his business. I'm sitting here watching the game,
observing him. Right.
He can hear me, and I'll leave him alone. We're not doing content. So like we can just sit back, and he's watching the game, but he's also working. And I think that there is gold in like that. I think, I'm not saying it'd be a full podcast, but like clips we could put out. I was like on the phone with my dad earlier when he was driving down to the Keys, and he's like, you don't understand. I'm a columnist. I have to prioritize and I'm like, this is drawing more attention to you know how many more people we could get interested in reading his columns if they're like, oh, I was watching the whole, let me see how it turned out. Like, I just think
if we could have had it on video, if your dad yelling to your mom, this is the worst Orange Bowl in history, like a live stream of that.
And that's a whole nother thing, Yeti. There's so much comedy gold that my dad doesn't even realize that there's times in the 4th quarter, he has a laptop, I mean, whatever it is, a tablet that he uses. It can move. He can bring it out to the TV. Yeah. He goes into the office as if his computer is like an old school, like he doesn't live in the world of like, I should be watching the game and writing at the same. He's like, all right, watching the game. All right, I'll be right back. And then he like misses 2 minutes of action where he has my mom like, hey, something just happened. And then he has to like scurry back, see what happened. Like he is doing this so archaically.
You know what? I forget that I've actually seen this in the wild. Because I was at your dad's house, game 6 of the first Panthers win when they were in Edmonton.
Yeah. And
they lost. Like, your dad, he'll come in, like stand halfway between his office and the TV.
Yep.
Just like, and then he'll go back and sit down, and then he'll come back out nervously pacing. And it is kind of a funny thing to watch. So, another couple things. So, I mean, if you want to do this while we figure out your dad, it's been 5 years since Le Batard left ESPN. 5 years this past week, actually. I think it was the 5th.
Since we like started like on our own and with like freedom and stuff and the 24-hour thing.
Yeah, that'll be in June. 5 years in June.
Okay.
But 5 years since your first day off of or your last day on ESPN.
Like, okay, so then that 6-month period they were like building out the company and then they launched the company.
Before they made the Meadowlark announcement, but you had left ESPN. I think January 5th was your last day.
Yeah.
And then the first day on the company was the notorious January 6th.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like that. Heavy lift right there. But what are some of the dynamics that you have seen change with the show? I wanted to dig into this a little bit from the show's perspective in the change as far as how you all operate behind the scenes.
Oh my God, dude. It is so much more like it was really just like a group text back in the day of like, hey, I got this idea between like me, Mike, Roy, and Billy of just like, let's do this. Whereas now it's Slack channels and multiple and guest booking and meetings and looking at the calendar and pre-planning out. And
was that just because ESPN would carry so much of that load for you?
Well, no, I just think we just had, we were a smaller crew. We just didn't have like, you know what I mean? I guess, yes, to answer your question, yes, ESPN did handle a lot of that stuff for us, but
they had their own video people. Like you guys weren't running like.
That's the part that we kind of do on our own now. Like, yeah, the planning, like all the stuff I'm kind of from my aspect. That's what I mean. Cause like there's my part, like my job, I've always kind of done with like, you know what I mean? My job hasn't really changed that much over the years, honestly, because we're still, the shipping container is still just in charge of like creative. You know what I mean? What we've done over the last 5 years is we run our entire video now. That is what was always handled for us from ESPN. So that's really our advancement, is that like now we are just like a video team. We have dozens of like, I don't know the exact number, but what feels like a couple dozen people, between all the different, engineers and camera people and behind the scenes video producers and, directors. And it's just, and I feel really good because if you think back a couple years ago, like during our transition, there was a lot of waiting for videos to load. Like we're very like, I know, I don't even know. You're mainly just a listener, right?
I'm mainly audio only, just because time.
So you might not even notice, right? Of course, which I think our largest audience is still there. So a lot of people may not even notice it, but we are a lot cleaner on video now than we've ever been, just because we're very, with all these Slack channels and the way we put things in and the way our video producers behind the scenes.
You've had time to get the process down.
Oh, exactly. Like we are now.
That's what a lot of people won't understand.
It's gone from just chucking a video Twitter link in of like, hey, I want this video, to uploading it, putting the exact in-outs, like crop of like why you need it, if it's B-roll, if it's you know what I mean? So it's all very clean now. Now I have all the videos in front of me, so I know what we have right in front of me. Whereas there was a time I'm like asking, like, just like, Lewis, do we have that? Is it ready?
What about the dynamic, like as far as how the core team is, the relationship different? Is it gotten more strained, or is it closer to, are you more bonded now than you would have been?
The straining part is that when it was just us and we didn't have to worry about the video stuff as much, as all we were worried about was the creative.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like, and now there was like a real growing period the last few years of like, we have to be the creative and still be free and be our wacky selves, but we need to be a little organized and tell the video team a little bit of where we're headed, of like, hey, give them a little heads up on, we're going to bring this up, get a picture. So like the video team at the very beginning was just always trailing us because we were just so like, I'm not used to having to tell 3 people like, hey, I'm about to mention Marty Smith with Lane Kiffin. Can you grab that? Like, you know what I mean? So now we're just a lot cleaner and a lot more used to doing it. And just, we're way more produced just because of the video side that we're having to do it like than we've ever been. And it's getting to a really good place where I feel it doesn't stress me out as much as it used to. And it just feels cleaner on our end. So and that gives us the freedom to then feel more creative again, because we're like out of the muck of like, I need to stress just being a clean show. I don't care if it's a good or funny show. I'm just worried about it being clean. Now that I'm comfortable making it clean, it's
now you
like,
can be
okay,
good and funny.
Yeah,
Right.
so it's
there was a couple years.
There was a couple years there personally, adjusting to the role I'm in now, where I feel like I didn't say a funny thing on air in 4 years. Like I'm still like feeling like I want to get back more to like having some real genuine, like, where I bring us in like a wacky direction where all of a sudden everyone's having fun talking about something. Like those are my sweet spots where I bring up something that all of a sudden we're having a wacky conversation because I thought of some funny angle on some conversation we're having.
I've got some more questions on this later, especially about how you work with the fans.
Yeah.
But Greg's going to join us soon. So before that, something that Streeter asked me not long ago is, have you
I
ever
love us
felt
just keeping Greg on his own show? Like we'll get to you in a second.
But something Streeter asked was what type of Have you had to deal with any imposter syndrome or anything since moving into the EP role?
I'm not smart enough to actually to know the true definition of imposter syndrome. I know that I have felt very insecure about being in in that position. Yes.
Yeah, I know something. Greg has caped up for you on this, and this is like not even a knock on Mike. It's just that I don't think this is intentionally done by him. But the fact that Mike's on the back row behind you, looming over you as you're trying to do his old job,
literally
like
over my shoulder.
Greg has caped up for you on that before.
Just made the observation that it's literally over my shoulder.
He's literally looming over your shoulder, and I think he's been concerned with the toll that might take on you.
It's not awkward at all. It's just, Mike has the standard of the show. So I don't know, even if in a hypothetical world Mike had left the show, I don't know if that pressure would have been any less because Dan is still there wanting the pressure of the show. But
right.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it's because Mike's there over my shoulder. Maybe just Dan the pressure. I definitely feel the pressure. Okay, here we go.
Wait, okay, what did you do here?
We see your thumb perfecly. Your thumb looks good.
I understand that, but I'm trying. This is his phone, not mine. So I'm trying to have the switcheroo.
Record.
No, wait. We have you on the picture.
Record.
That might be helpful.
Dad, we're already recording. I hate that Dad made you guys find like a quiet spot somewhere.
I can't even tell you how much fun I'm having so far.
This is so Dad. I know that Mom can't figure out the camera yet, but I can just talk to you.
So that's from recording.
Hang on.
Greg, you are a coward.
I don't know what you mean.
Dad, me and Yeti, like you've turned into like this serious audio producer today. Like, oh, I care about good audio. You are just afraid of being in this setting where people can see you.
Okay, first of all, your bigger problem is that you can't see me.
No,
yeah,
Dad, we can see you.
We see you now.
We see you. We see your hand.
You're in your Luminati shirt, although we could just guess that blindly and it would be right most of the time.
You wear that shirt so much, man. Christ.
All right, first of all, I'm a little stressed right now, okay?
Why?
Because we're looking for a proper place to record. We were walking all over town. Right now, we're just off the heart of the city, which is Duval
You
Street.
should be with the selfie mode, like, this, I'm like, look, there's a bar here. There's a bunch of people. Like, you should be owning that. You're Greg Cote. Why are you embarrassed to be making content?
Okay, I'm not out here to attract attention. Okay, we're doing a private podcast here. If people want to listen to my podcast, they did. But we had an argument over here, your mother and I, because at one point we're playing Who Shot John.
Here we go.
She says to me, I don't want to stand around with my head up my ass. And I said to her, isn't the phrase your thumb up your ass, not your head, right?
Huh.
What's the phrase?
I thought it was like, I
think it can be both.
I thought it's I'll put my foot up your ass.
It's not foot.
Like
It's head or thumb. Okay, anyway, we digress.
I am down for this to turn into the Greg and Earleen show. Like, me and Yeti will gladly, like, have at it, folks. Like, if you guys you guys argue.
We had a different discussion because Earleen was sneezing all the way down here for 2-3 hours straight. She was sneezing in the car.
What are you talking about?
Well, I'm exaggerating. You sneezed a couple of times. And the first time you sneezed, I said, bless you. And then we got into a discussion about what do you say when somebody sneezes? Because I never say God bless you simply because I don't want to be presumptuous. I think God's way too busy to care about somebody sneezing in a car heading to Key West. So bless you means I personally am blessing you,
Wow.
not blessing you on God's behalf. But the other thing you say when somebody sneezes, you either say Gesundheit
Yeah.
or you say sneezing it.
No. Okay.
Nobody.
We should put out a poll of those three things and see what comes back.
Right.
It's going to be a thing now.
Okay. Now, should I get right into my thing here?
No.
Please.
Mom, can you
What?
call those guys over Dad's shoulder? Just like be like, hey guys, can you come here for a second and talk to Greg Cote?
No, because they don't know who I am and they don't care.
But Mom, please, Mom,
No,
please.
Please don't.
They don't look that friendly.
You know what's good about this place? Just before we started recording, this is bad luck. Just before we started recording, I swear on my life, roosters were crowing. Roosters, there were 3 roosters right over there on a chain link fence, and they were crowing like it was 5 a.m. in the morning. It was divine.
You're obsessed with this rooster thing. There's that iconic photo that Yeti could probably find and put up of you in Key West with a rooster. And
I
now
have a special Key West edition of Three Facts Jack, and the word rooster may or may not appear in that.
Yeah.
But can I tell you about the great cast iron skillet episode?
What?
Are you
Go
aware
for
of it? This is connected with the Batard Show.
Are you
A
talking
listener-
about? Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
A listener sent Dan and I a refurbished 1950s cast iron skillet.
Mom's arm's getting tired.
These things weigh about
I
20.
thought maybe you wanted to see his hands doing everything.
These things weigh about 20 pounds. If you buy them new today, they cost like $150. There's no more expensive piece of pans in the kitchen realm than a cast iron skillet. So long story short,
Did he get you two? Did he get you guys each one or one for just both
he
of
got
you?
us just one, and I took it because Dan doesn't know how to crack an egg, let alone cook anything.
Mike,
But
crack
this
an
guy-
egg.
This guy sent us a long letter. I'm not going to read the whole thing.
Can I just real fast? This is a cool thing, and my dad made me carry this cast iron skillet home and bring it to him because he forgot it at the studio. But I do love a bit of Greg teaches Dan to cook, and it's like you guys in a kitchen. We should have maybe that's even worse. Maybe
that's an
that's even.
Go ahead.
What? Go.
I was going to say
What?
that's an episode of Cooking with Cody.
I was about to say, I think maybe we just take that and use it on our socials. Like, we don't have to give everything to the Levitard
That's not
Show.
a bad idea.
Well, Dan shows up at Greg's house for the first time in forever and makes nachos.
Dad, why don't you hold your own camera? Like, I just love the idea of you making Mom do this for like a half hour straight.
I know her hands already tilting because
Like,
she's looking at her.
you're literally
she's
sitting
checking
there.
her email while she's recording.
You're literally sitting there like sipping a beer while Mom's like on like 7 minutes straight, just like
I know.
holding a phone up for you.
Yeah, little does Mom know that the phone is dipped down and you can't even see my face anymore. But
Dip,
she's
dip,
not paying
dip, the
attention.
dip, the dip, dip.
Anyway, I don't want to say this guy's last
Oh,
name.
Dad, you didn't know that? Come on, you gotta.
His name is Bobby. He's from Arizona. He's a longtime listener. And he's one of these guys. We've all heard this from listeners, and it never gets old because I really appreciate it. This guy's gone through some personal problems related to family and everything. And we really inspire him and make him laugh. And he took the time to not only refurbish, but mail me a 20-pound cast iron skillet. So, Bobby, if you're listening, I really thank you. Stay strong, be good, that kind of thing, so forth and so on.
Wow. And if you want to get mentioned by Greg Cote, you can't just send him a note. You have to get him something really cool.
Yeah, a cast iron, that may be the heaviest thing I've ever been mailed, followed by that bowling ball that's still in the box.
There's the 80 pounds of bacon, whatever.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about the bacon.
Hey, I'm down for this of see who can mail Greg Cote the heaviest thing.
I'm gonna make content out of that cast iron skillet. I promise you that.
We should make content out of mail something like, let's see, beat 80 pounds, audience.
Right. Mail me a small car. Mail me a Fiat.
A little Fiat Panda.
Okay, who wants to hear some dad jokes?
Those guys behind you do.
And because, believe me, we are getting to the Greg Cote Show catchphrase countdown.
I'd like to start there, honestly.
Would you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's not bury the lead here.
Okay, last week, as you know, we had number 50, I'm fuller than Vern Fuller, and number 49, where's my click clack?
Are we going to do this thing where every week you have to go
Click.
through the whole list?
I think
Please,
so.
please don't.
That would be great. And this week we have 48 and 47. How about that intro music?
The Greg Cote Show with Greg Cote in partnership with Greg Cote presents Greg Cote's Top 50 Catchphrase Countdown. Brought to you by Greg Cote.
It just played.
Okay, number 48. Hey, Butterfinger.
Yes.
Wow.
Now, the roots in Hey Butterfinger are in the CTTA,
Wow.
the short-lived Cody Table Tennis Association. When Michael would fumble or struggle to pick up a ping pong ball, and from the other side of the table, I would go, "Hey, Butterfinger!" And that has stuck to the point where just the other night at bowling, when he's up on the lane getting ready to bowl, I heard myself, and it's no longer "Hey, Butterfinger." This is what it sounds like now. "Hey, Butterfinger!"
Hey, Butterfinger.
It's like
Yeah.
all one. Hey, Butterfinger.
Right. So, Hey, Butterfinger has a place.
And
Not
the
a
best,
high place.
the
but a
best
place.
part is you created that at a time when Michael and you. I mean, you guys still argue, but like he was like what, like in his like high school years. So like,
Oh, yeah.
and it would make Michael so mad when
Oh,
my
yeah.
dad would call him Butterfinger.
Right.
How long
Yeah,
did it
that's
take
true.
you to incorporate it into Glenn Miller's In the Mood? Butterfinger, Butterfinger,
Yeah.
Butterfinger.
That was just that was early on. That was in an effort to continually
That's
get in my brother's head during it. This was all a tactic to get my brother out of his game during ping
Yes.
pong.
That
Hey,
is one
brother.
of Wilco's favorite things you do is "Hey, Butterfinger," and our listener Jeanette sing that's hers as well. I think that might be her top 5 Greg Cote catchphrases.
Me and my brother were superior ping pong players to my dad, so he needed to find ways to get in our heads. And with Michael, when he would like, "Hey, Butterfinger," he'd be like, I didn't drop it. Like Michael would get like so
Yeah.
mad.
He would take it seriously.
And then like ba 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 ba.
Butterfinger, Butterfinger,
You know what?
Butterfinger,
Embarrassing your child. That's
It's
where that came
perfect.
from.
I temporarily forgot about the Butterfinger song that arose from that. I probably should have had this higher than number 48. To
You
be
should get
honest.
the guys behind you to sing it with you.
This is why, yeah. Hey guys, that's why, Dad. That's why you pre-plan the whole list, so you can say you look at it as a whole and you go, you know what, this should be higher. But you're just flying by
I
the seat
know,
of your
but-
pants. So
Okay, but here's the thing. Higher in the list might be the Hey Butterfinger song. You never know.
Ah,
Okay. All right. Now let's
no, that's a sub of Hey Butterfinger. Like,
get, okay.
no,
Okay.
I'm vetoing that.
Let's get on to number 47. Are you ready?
Yeah.
You gotta listen carefully for this one. Ready? Punt.
Ooh, you didn't really give a good one.
Hang on. Punt.
Okay.
Punt. That's a recent, that was just revealed to the Batard Show audience recently.
You were coming out of the gates too strong. You are doing this thing since it's new. Like, I guarantee you 50 through 40 are going to be so much better. You're going to realize around 38 that you got to slow down with the heat, and we are going to get such a dry spell between 37
Wait a minute.
and
So you
26.
think punt was ranked too low?
I just think all four that you've done so far are just like,
Chris, that's
You know.
how strong his list is.
all right.
Yes.
All right,
Thank
here's
you.
what's really going to drive you nuts. Butterfinger, not even on the list we voted on.
There you go.
Really?
Yeah, not
you.
even. We
That's
didn't even
right.
get to vote on it.
That was an ad by me. That was an ad by
A
me.
good ad, by the way.
Thank you.
I'm sad that I missed it. That I didn't even think about it. I'm kicking
Yeah.
myself.
Yeah.
But
Well,
at least
there
you got
go.
it. But yes,
see how-
Chris, that wasn't even on the list. So that's going to, yeah.
Dude, we are so all over the place with this. Like,
Greg.
I'm complaining. I love it. Like, it's a great start, and maybe they'll all be fire, and I'll be proven wrong. But just the fact that it just annoys me that you haven't pre-done the whole list.
Greg, when did you start punt?
That was a Levitard show. I think I started that on the Levitard
No.
show.
No. That I revealed it on the Lebitard show. That was just like me or Michael realizing, like, he would be watching the game, like he's doing his thing where he's never actually watching the game. He's like in the kitchen just around,
Right.
like the family's sitting watching, and my dad's just like narrating,
Yeah.
like walking around the kitchen, walking to the garage, like coming in, judging something on the commercial, walking out. And he would just, he'd walk through and sees a punt, and it was just like he would just punt.
You say it in time with the punter's foot.
And then
hitting the ball.
when I'm like, why'd you just say punt? And then he would just say to us, it's the one thing. It sounds like he just said, when someone punts, it sounds like the word.
Yes.
So
And
like
I do it to this day. If your mother and I are home alone watching a football game on TV and there's a punt, I will say punt.
Yeah.
Automatically, like reflectively, like without even thinking.
I'll probably say it once a Sunday. Not every punt. I'm not saying it every punt, but I say it.
By the way, speaking of punts, we have to talk about, I don't want to get into a lot about sports here, but we have to talk about Miami beating Ole Miss tackle and advancing into the championship game. Where did you watch that, Christopher?
I had soccer practice on Thursday from 7 to 8, so I just grabbed some chicken wings and went home after.
Okay, what a game. Four lead changes in the fourth quarter. It was insane.
It was epic. We're recording this before Indiana, Oregon, but the Batard Show is rooting for Indiana because we're planning like the Cuban Super Bowl week next week.
Right.
Okay.
If it's Mendoza versus Miami, Mendoza versus Cristobal.
Indy would be a 5.5 point favorite over Miami. Oregon would be only a 1.5 point favorite.
Okay.
Based on early betting odds. I hope it's Oregon. I don't think there's a better story than Mario Cristobal beating his former team.
You don't think Miami kid goes to Indiana?
I think they're both great. As I said last week on this podcast, I think they're both epic.
Yeah, but I think the quarterback story is more intriguing than the coach narrative.
Okay, I think they're both arguable. I think they're both great stories. And I want to be on record right now. I think a team of destiny thing is happening with Miami and Mario Cristobal and Carson Beck. Miami is going to win the national championship.
We could probably get your prediction. You're so early on this next week, but
maybe I'll change it for next week.
Oh wow, Greg Cote. I think everyone, stop the presses. Greg Cote has picked the Miami Hurricanes to win the national team.
I have officially. And what's a quick comment by you on the Dolphins canning Mike McDaniel and hiring the Green Bay guy as general manager?
The GM thing, obviously, I have no clue about him. Gonna hope and trust that he's great. Like I don't know, and we're definitely
he can't be worse than Chris.
Mom, you could definitely tilt down a little bit on Dad if we could get a little more. There it is. That's the shot. But I think there's a scenario where I want to see who they bring in to run this offense because
I agree.
I'm nervous that I think Dolphin fans are gonna long for that Mike McDaniel offense.
Yeah, I think that can be replicated. But if they get John Harbaugh, I'm clicking my heels. But if they get a lesser coach and you're going, huh? What? Who?
I can't believe you're not in Team Shula.
I don't know that Chris. Look, he's got the genes. He's a great assistant coach with the Rams, but I don't know that he's a great head coach waiting to happen.
But if you look around, this is not my point. I saw this somewhere that like if you look around at a lot of the teams who's having success right now, there's not a lot of John Harbaugh retread type guys outside of like Jim Harbaugh. I guess you could call him, even though he did San Francisco before and he left, so I guess that's a retread. But outside of that, a lot of the top guys are young. I guess Sean Payton and Mike Vrabel are in it, but there are also examples like the Liam Cohens. I just don't know if it has to be a John Harbaugh. Like if you find the right guy, you can win with a young, inexperienced coach.
Yeah, I was gonna mention Sean Payton because he is an older retread along the lines.
All right,
of
so maybe it's
Harbaugh
more split, but there are examples of it doesn't have to be the John Harbaugh. Like
that's true.
And I'm all good with John Harbaugh being our leader because if there's anything Mike McDaniel like lacked, it's that. But it's just I am not going to feel better even if we get John Harbaugh until I feel good about whoever's going to be running the offense.
I think that's fair
because John Harbaugh is not running the offense.
Yeah, we argue about everything you and I on this podcast, but we agree on that. Let's do dad jokes because Greg wants to get to his vacation.
Yeah.
Before you do that, let's take a quick break.
Wow, we get Greg for 2 parts of this episode.
How about that?
Dad, but remember, we told you could have I would have just had you walk through a bar for 10 seconds, do a little Greg Cote hand on and then you could have gone at it. You're the one that wanted to do all your bits.
Right.
I don't want to hear I got to get back to my vacation.
I tell you what, after we record this, we'll walk into a bar and Mom will record me doing a little bit.
No, we're not we're
You
doing
should do
this.
your dad jokes in the bar.
Thank
No.
you. There
No,
it is.
because it's too noisy. There's commercial music
he
playing.
can put other
it'll be
music
fine.
around it. Dad.
Number 3.
No. We can't hear you.
Christopher, you're going to lose this argument and I'm going to get real mad. Do you want dad jokes or don't you?
No.
Okay. Do you want 3 facts, Jack? Or I'm not going to ask twice. Seriously. Do you want dad jokes and 3 facts, Jack?
Yeti?
Of course. I think you should tell the guys on the street.
Dad, you feel good? Dad, you feel good about this, the tantrum you're throwing? What's better content right now? A tantrum or you being in a big crowd and doing 3 Fact Shack? But go ahead, Dad.
A tantrum in a crowd.
He's always kind of thinking that his puns are in vogue. He cracks himself up like an egg with a yolk. And now Chris's morale is broke. Dad jokes.
What do you get if you cross a science fiction film with a toad?
I don't know.
Star Wars.
I kind of did. That's okay. Props to
All
you on
right.
that one.
Number 2. What do you call an Italian hooker?
Oh, no.
Jesus.
I'm scared of this one, Greg.
This would have smacked inside.
Sloan, what do you think?
Yeah, right?
A prostitute.
Oh, wow.
A prostitute?
These 2 dad jokes have gotten more laughs from Yeti than every dad joke combined previously.
That's because you scared him.
a prostitute. Wow.
No,
That's-
prostitute's really good.
I like that one.
I'm not going to laugh because I'm upset, but it's good.
Number 1. Where does the hippie's wife live?
Where?
Mrs. Hippie.
Mom, don't laugh at that.
Earleen,
Even
you
your
got
mother
the-
snorted. I got an Earleen snort. Mrs. Hippie.
I didn't sneeze. I didn't snort. I didn't do any of
It
these.
sounded like a snort. Okay, 3 facts, Jack. Key West edition.
There are 3 things that interest him, so sit right back for 3 facts, Jack.
Number 3. Spanish settler Ponce de Leon first discovered Key West in 1521 on his quest for the Fountain of Youth, but called it Cayo Hueso, loosely translated to Bone Island because of the many scattered human bones and bone-like coral rock.
That was also your dorm name, right?
Can I just
That's
tell
right.
you, as somebody who is such a whore for clicks and views and people joining our world,
A prostitute, even.
do you realize that how viral in our world, probably wouldn't go viral in the big world, but in our world it would be such a hit if you guys walked up to the people behind you, and if they're not interested in mean, that's funny too, of you being like, hey guys, would you like to hear 3 facts about Key West? And it's just they probably will have no interest, and that would be freaking hilarious, and if they're interested, that would be hilarious, but instead, go ahead, Dad.
Punts.
Number 2.
Punts de Leon.
At one
Got it.
At one point, roughly 10% of Key West population were chickens, and hundreds of chickens and roosters still roam wild and free among the tourists and locals.
You could have asked the roosters dad jokes.
I could have. Number 1.
Would that make you nervous too?
Number 1. Famous longtime resident Ernest Hemingway wrote many of his most acclaimed novels here, including For Whom the Bell Tolls, The Snows of Kilimanjaro, and A Farewell to Arms. Today, the Hemingway House is a major Key West attraction, along with its dozens of feline residents, including many polydactyls, or 6-toed cats.
I think Mom feeds those cats.
Yeah. He would have if she'd have had the foresight to think that we might visit that house again, which
Oh.
we have, and it never gets old.
Overrated.
Yeah, you're okay. All right. Thank you for not thanking me for joining you on this podcast.
Go now, like walk, like let's say goodbye to you, walking through the bar a little, and like play for the camera a little bit. Like, come on.
Okay.
Why don't you walk across the street?
And do what?
Just like show Sloppy Joe.
Yeah.
We're right there.
Take
Okay,
the phone,
you film me
Dad.
walking across
No,
the
Dad,
street.
take the phone.
Just hold the phone and do it yourself.
Dad, it's less embarrassing and less obvious if you're doing
exactly.
like people just think you're on the phone. Like
I-
it's more conspicuous if walk around, take us around Key West.
I don't know how to work.
You're
Mommy
doing it.
did
You're
this.
doing it.
You're doing it right now.
You're not even going to see anything in the back.
Oh
right?
my God, dude. That's why this is funny. Let's see what a tour if Greg Cote was a vlogger.
God.
We're going to do a new segment on the Greg Cote Show. It's called Greg Cote Vlogger Takes Us to Key West. All right.
Vlogging it.
Take it away.
Okay, hang on.
Pretend,
This
Dad,
is the
we're
bar
starting.
I
Dad,
just
Dad
built outside of.
pretend we're starting a YouTube video right now. Say hi to your followers.
So long, Pickles Bar. It was called Pickles.
I got that.
Okay, this is across the street. Even if you haven't been to Key West, you've heard of the famous Sloppy Joe's Bar.
Yeah.
This is it right across the street.
Okay. I see
I don't
that.
know
Yep.
if you can see
I see
it.
it. Yep. I see it.
Okay. That's a big church. The weird thing about Key West is that everyone in Key West is getting shit-faced, and yet Key West has more churches per capita than just about any city in the country, including the one across the street.
It's like they need it or something, you know?
So here are my fellow tourists.
Talk to somebody. Bring us to the scene.
Do what now?
Talk to somebody.
I don't talk to people.
Come on, man. Embarrass yourself. It'll be
No,
so funny.
no. I'm not gonna do that.
Ba, ba, ba,
Butterfinger Bob. Butterfinger Bob.
Go inside and
Butterfinger Bob. Butterfinger
go
Okay.
inside and
All
take
right.
a shot, Dad. Let's do a shot together.
I don't have a shot. I'll take a shot in the abdomen and be rushed to the hospital. Is more like it.
What?
Okay.
Go inside,
right.
order a shot of whiskey from the bar, and let's do a shot.
Okay. I gotta go, guys. Nice chatting with you.
We don't want you to leave yet. This is a great shower. So you should have done the whole thing from right here. This is the shot.
What if I just start turning around like this until I fall over into the road and I'm struck by a car?
All right, go on.
Okay. Well, I'm busy. Where'd your mama go? There she is. Please turn off this phone for me. And then how do you obtain this recording?
You're on Zoom.
Dad, oh my God, Yeti, we're not recording.
By the way, happy
Oh,
anniversary,
crap,
to your mother.
Greg.
The
We
big
forgot to
40
We weren't recording.
Dad, we didn't record any of that.
Yeah, right.
What? All right, go ahead. Talk about your anniversary. Sorry, we didn't mean to interrupt.
We're here for the big 4-5. I would marry this woman again. She's the best thing that ever happened to me in my life. And
Why would
because
you have
of
to marry her again?
What's that?
Why would you have to marry her again?
Well, she would divorce me, and I would beg her to marry me again, and it would happen.
Why don't you guys make out?
Oh, here we go.
Kiss her! Kiss her!
All right.
No one needs to see that.
Okay, see you guys later. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. How do we get this recording to... Oh, he's...
Ah.
How do we get this recording to you?
Good times.
Oh, gosh. Greg in the wild is always...
But I'm telling you, dude, like if my dad leaned in, like I just feel like clips of him like doing man on the street stuff, like he would be so like he's so funny with people, but he is shy by nature.
That's my favorite thing to help him try to realize is that as apprehensive as he is, whenever we get him actually out to do something, he has the time of his life.
Right.
He talks about how nervous he is. Like he's nervous about Vegas, but like he owned the entire place.
Yeah.
And
no, you're right. I mean, singing like that didn't make him nervous. Like he did that improv bit we did a few months back where he was like at an improv class, and so I guess you're right. There are you know what it is? It's in that setting like where you know what I mean? Because he's more of like, okay, I'm supposed to be the star of this show. Whereas if he's just like supposed to be one of the like a normal like, hey, how's it going? It's more of like the hey, how are you to a stranger that like makes him more nervous than like even performing.
Right. Well, even at Moss. It took you guys fighting off the side of the stage to get him to jump on stage for Pebble Drive.
Yeah.
And the fans loved it once they saw him, but like you guys really, really had to like.
Oh yeah, remember he got really mad at me.
Yeah,
because I was like, "Go out there," and
it's
he
like,
was
this
trying.
Could be a good thing, and it was a good thing once he got out there.
And he did the thing that time too. I remember that fight actually because I remember Dan talked about it on air because it was in front of Dan, where he was doing the thing of, I don't want to like this is Yeti and there's time. I don't want to steal the shine when really it was like a selfish like I'm just too embarrassed.
Right. But then once he gets out there and he gets the adulation, like he
loves it.
He shines.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's an interesting dynamic that I've been trying to piece together about your dad and try to figure out how to overcome those obstacles with him.
Yeah.
All right. So another question about how the show has evolved since you left ESPN. How has the dynamic in the way you and the show interacts with your fans changed from, we can say pre-COVID or pre-departure versus post-departure? Because I feel like I've noticed a change, but since I got involved with you guys, just right around the time 3 months after you left ESPN.
You're talking about like what, like the show's account or like individually, like our relationship? Because like for me, I wouldn't say, because ever since we got to ESPN and got to a point where we had like a lot of people that were following us and stuff, like I feel like I've always kind of had the, just kind of DM type relationship with fans and stuff. So like, and that's kind of what it is to this day of like people reach out and, you respond and, you try to see, because the thing is that I don't see a lot of messages unless I follow people, so it's like sometimes I miss stuff, but I would say it hasn't really changed from that aspect. Like, just, I don't know if I'm answering your question.
Well,
for me,
I just want your perspective on it.
Yeah, for me, it's, my way of communicating with fans. I mean, other than some of you have become friends of mine that I like text with now,
Right. So
that's evolved. I guess, there are some people that I've gotten to the point where I get texts from them.
Oh, Steve let me know pretty quick once he won your keepers league. He let it be known quickly.
Yeah.
And he says, "Oh, by the way, you're texting with the keepers league champion, blah blah blah."
Oh yeah. Yeah. I hate that league, by the way. I don't even want to talk about it because of the loss that I had in playoffs for that league. It wasn't to Steve. I would have faced Steve the next week, and I believe he would have beat me either way. So I wouldn't have won the championship, but anyways, I don't want to talk about it. The joke is that he had to text me for the money because I was so like, when I lost fantasy, I was just like, I don't want to think about this forever. So I texted the group that the league was canceled. And then I was just going to keep all the money. But I guess
we actually never declared who won PFPI fantasy because Greg didn't reveal that.
I believe Brandon did.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, I believe he lost.
So once
you can
again,
see how out I am.
Alex does not win again.
Alex in our family league he's in my keeper league too, and that he won the first year and since then's been crap.
Yeah.
But the family league he's been in for I think 6 or 7 years, and I don't know if he's ever made the playoffs. Like Alex is.
I think it was because we started we aired the draft on this show.
Oh yeah.
And I think y'all were mentioning he had never won, but I can't remember if y'all said he had never made the playoffs or not.
I don't know. I can't think of him making the playoffs. It's brutal.
So from show dynamic, something I've wondered, and I've been wanting to ask Mike his perspective on this
Where's
too.
Stugatz?
Huh?
Where Stugatz is?
No.
I'll answer that right here. You're wondering where Stugatz is? Here's the answer. All right, there's your clip for social. I'm just kidding.
We're doing that so much that no one's ever going to tune in. We could actually have him sit down with Dan and talk it all out, and no one will tune in. But the dynamic with the fans, I've wondered if, because I've noticed an uptick in complaints about the show in the last few years, but a lot of that, I mean, there's been so much change too.
Yeah.
But I wonder if some of that is that I wonder if any of you have felt that you let the fans in too much and it's maybe removed some of the mystique. Because I know like people doubt when they know somebody and that somebody gets their weight up, gets a brand new opportunity. it's
Yeah.
really easy for the people that know them the best to doubt them the most.
Yeah.
Because they've seen all their warts. And
Right.
and while you can still be a supportive friend, you might have a little like, I don't know if they're going to be able to handle that because I know everything about this person.
I mean, look, like there are people that I used to get messages from about the show all the time that I don't anymore, and I just kind of assume that they've moved on. I mean, look, man, like we have a loyal audience. Like it is like awesomely like it's very rare to like have people be with us for so long. So I don't begrudge. I've had podcasts that I go in and out of. So, like that stuff where, people complaining about the show, like there was a time when I was complaining about the show, like a lot, like, but things change and you just adjust. And, I feel like right now we're in a really good spot where we're having fun doing the show. That's kind of how I gauge it,
Right.
And that's the only way I can gauge it, of just like, are we coming in excited about what we're going to do? Are we pitching fun ideas? Are we laughing a lot? Are we walking out after a segment being like, that was fun? So that's kind of what I'm just trying to do. I'm just trying to make sure that we can do that.
And I'm glad to hear that you are at that point because you have to build a process. You have to be able to get it down and get some sort of organization.
And
but that is the less fun work.
And that was a bumpy ride because we were doing that at a time when people were moving positions. So people like me were thrown into positions where they weren't even necessarily asking to be in those positions.
Right.
And all of a sudden, and it was brutal.
Right. There was so much transition. And while you say 5 years, that's a long time. There's a lot to happen within it's actually a short period for all the changes that have happened.
Right.
And there's still things in flux, like, the aforementioned Stugatz, and
Right.
there's a lot. And so I think it requires some patience. And I probably have a skewed view of it because
Right.
I have a lot of patience for the show and
Right.
where it will grow. I know.
Yeah.
So I will tell you, your one ad for one of your sponsors that you did with Jeremy when you were going, hit it. I won't say the sponsor's name on it, but like that one got to me. I was like, okay.
In a bad way.
Now, yes. Yeah.
Okay.
That one.
It's just like annoying. Okay.
Yes,
My
that
bad.
one.
Good note.
Now,
I'll take that
you
note.
yelling at Tony, that makes me laugh every time.
That's hilarious because I just got. Can I read a message on Instagram, or I think it was a tweet? Like, I'm telling you, that's so funny. See, that just proves that everybody's different.
Yeah.
Because I swear to God, I've gotten so many messages about that. The one with Tony, not the one you hate.
Oh, the one you did with Jeremy, I was like, I can't wait for this week to be over. This run needs to stop.
I literally 6 hours ago at Chris Cote, can you please update that Smirnoff ad? I definitely don't want Smirnoff when you yell in that shit, my G. Like that's like 6 out. Like that's what I mean. Like I literally, and you're like, I like that one. So
if you're
like,
if you're going to go with the let me be obnoxious, that one appeals to me.
Right.
Like the yell,
but that's what what I mean. That this is my life, though.
Yeah,
this is my life.
Yeah.
Like I can't. Like what I mean.
Yeah,
So it's
and
just
you can't play. And so like that's actually something I've heard. Maybe it was Neil Young say this. You basically, when you go on stage, you have to make the show that the show for you.
Right.
And then your audience finds you that way. That's how you find your audience. You make the show that you're happy with.
Right.
You make the album and write the songs that you're happy with.
Yeah.
And your audience will gravitate to that. It might be an audience of one. It might be an audience of millions.
Yeah.
But your audience will find that. And so you just have to be able to do things and create things that you are pleased with and can go home feeling, I did good work today.
Yeah, and that's basically where we're at right now. And we are in a lot better space, Like I think the weight of the DraftKings deal was, looming at the same time of like me trying to get comfortable in a role where the cast people were leaving that were with us, so it's just like there was just a ton of
and trying to figure out how your voice needs to be in that role. Does it need to change? Do you need to pass the ball a different way? Like, it could, because you're not Mike. Very few people are. The way that guy's brain operates will forever fascinate me.
Right.
And you don't need to feel the pressure to be Mike. You just need to be the best Chris and find how that meshes with the team.
So I'm balancing that, like an on-air character, with trying to be a leader.
Right.
Trying to, and that's why this year, we can go inside baseball. I don't feel like I'm saying anything that is like too secret, but this year, like, I really want to, be a better leader to like the Jeremy Tonys of the world,
mm-hmm.
To really get the most out of them creatively, that we can really like take some hacks. Like, you know, like anybody can talk about sports. Like our show's at our best when we're like finding like the fun thing to do here. So like really making it an effort to, you know, because like I said, the last couple of years I've had to selfishly just try to like look out for myself and keeping the show clean, that I didn't have like the mental capacity to be like, you know, like, and I probably could have been like, I'm not saying I couldn't have done it. You know, I could have done a better job the last couple of years, but
of course
I've just been focusing so much on the other stuff that I feel like we're in a place now where I can really hone in on the creative stuff and really try to keep our show feeling fresh and fun.
Now we're getting close to
and
the
speaking
end.
Of that, and speaking of that, that's like we're like, that's why I was saying to my dad, I'm rooting for Indiana. I want this Cuban. We're gonna probably a bit where I've already kind of like, and I'll say it here, I don't really care. That I think we're planning on like Tuesday doing like a big Cuban like trivia game show. Like Sedano's gonna be in town. We're gonna have Poppy in there. And it'll have more juice if it's Mendoza versus Miami. Like I think we're gonna do it regardless, even if it's Oregon at this point.
Right.
But things like that, like we just want to
Mendoza versus Miami in Miami, like the most Cuban of college football.
We want to have like as if we're at Radio Row, like Cuban Super Bowl week. Like we're that fired up about it all week. Like, you know, we all like might be wearing Guayaveras and like with cigars. Like it's gonna be
that'll be great.
Yeah,
that'll be good. The so a couple questions that we had from our audience. Jeanette asked this one, and mainly just Jeanette. She was the only one asking good questions outside of what I asked earlier.
She always does. She's the best.
What are the top 5 weirdest, or the best, the weirdest request Dan has had for you since when you were Dan's assistant?
I don't know if I want to make up something really insane that Dan requested that he actually didn't, or reveal that I was never actually his assistant. Don't put that in the head
we'll bury that.
You can bury it a little bit, but yeah, I mean that was just I believe Dan just like saying to ESPN like, and then he went on air with it of like, I'm the worst assistant ever and stuff. Yeah, sorry to spoil like that. We really don't do a lot of shtick like that where it's like something like most of our long running like show gags are like, you know, Greg Cote really fell in a bush.
Right.
You know, like, you know what I mean? We don't like generally like, but I think that was just like at the time, because like what else? Why not run with that bit? Because he rehired me. So it's like, instead of just like rehiring me to be in the same role, he's my new personal assistant. So Dan just kind of ran with that, like the idea of that.
The, what is your, Pow asked this, what's your favorite way? And
that's
he asked,
Pow, he texts me. No more DMs from Pow. We're texters.
Yeah. He asked this about your dad because he misunderstood the assignment. So I'll flip it. What's your favorite way to spend time with your dad?
That's interesting because I spent
I'll preface this. We'll get into more of this another time.
Yeah.
You like to deflect a lot. When things get real and emotional, you'll deflect and go with the wacky. And I understand why you do. But I wanted to get to some real questions a little bit, and this was one of them. And so, so what's one of your favorite ways to spend time with your dad?
Thank you for calling out my lack of emotional intelligence.
You'll get there.
No, I was gonna say it's interesting because I work with him so much now that I feel like a lot of times, I enjoy me and my dad. We actually haven't done it that much recently. Now that I'm in the studio more, there was like a time over the last couple of years where we were like when we had more people that we were rotating more, where like once a week I might have a day out of the studio, and on those days like getting lunch with my dad, it was really fun to do. I love to play golf with him, but like that I'm so annoyed with how little I play golf. Like I need to make a better effort to get out and play golf more, especially with my dad now that his knee's better. I love Wednesday bowling nights the last couple of years. I would say that in terms of the thing that we regularly do the most that's outside of work, because I do love working with him at this point, like at this age, as like at his age, you know, just, you know, although he infuriates me. I
do love that. It's because it's not uncommon that you and I will text and you'll just mention that you were at lunch with your dad earlier in that day.
Yeah.
That's something, just one of those little things that I really appreciate a lot. And it's not just because my dad's passed away. It's that my adult life, I've not lived anywhere near my dad.
Right.
And so
But
like
the
just
idea of being able
the
to,
luxury
right.
of just being able to pick up and like, hey dad, let's go to lunch today.
Yeah.
Like that really hits me.
To do it so often that we're like, where do you want to go? Because we have like our 4 or 5 spots.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, and that's,
Yeah.
I realized when, after my dad passed away, when I went with mom to the funeral home to do some of the planning, we went to and got lunch right after, just me and her. And I realized I was like, this isn't something I've done because my adult life, since I started, you know, earning my own money, I haven't been around. I've been, you know, like we'll go out to dinner when we're in town together, but it's different than it's just like a little one-on-one lunch with your mom or your dad.
Yeah,
know?
I mean, and you talk about everything, right? You talk about everything from this podcast to like, you know, he's acting as my, you know, when I'm talking about where I am with Meadowlark and, you know, my business decisions and conversations with them when I need to talk to someone about it. Like I'm talking to, you know, although we like the goofballs we play, like, you know, we talk about like important stuff, and there's been stuff, you know, at times in my marriage, you know, like where there's just like, hey, you ever have this kind of fight, you know, argument about like, you know, like real life shit. So it's, and like the stupid, like we've probably come up with stupid bits for this show too. Like it's pretty, it's a balance. Like it's a great
I appreciate
relationship.
it every time I text you and I just happen to hear that you and your dad were out. Like,
yeah,
that's nice. It's cool.
Yeah. So that's what I would say. I mean, yeah, outside of, yeah, that definitely in terms of what do I enjoy the most? Yeah, either golfing or getting lunch. I would say
that's great. I think that's great, and that's really I think about all the time we have that we have time for, because you know Greg, you know, took up so much of our time in Key West. I've got more questions. We'll save them for another moment.
Okay.
We'll get to know the real Chris Cote.
This was fun. This was cool. I feel like I didn't say anything. Maybe I said a little too much about. I don't know.
think so. I think it was fun.
Yeah.
Audience, did you think it was fun?
Mm-hmm.
Please reserve all negative comments. Keep them to yourself.
Yeah.
So, Pod Family, Chris.
Yeah. So, Pod Family, we appreciate you. Loving it. No, that's McDonald's. Sorry.
No, that's I'm loving it. You can say loving it.
Loving it. I don't know why I said that. I was like, we need to have my mom on more. Like, I feel like, I know she didn't really say much, but like that dynamic there, like I could have let them, when he kind of like said that they were arguing, I wanted them to just go.
Oh, I know. No, there was actually a really good Earleen question that we'll have to ask for another time. But
Bye,
until
audience.
then,
yeah, see you later.
Thanks for tuning in, folks. Nice chatting with you.
Sloan, sorry about that inappropriate dad joke.
That was a great joke.